Hello again, everyone. It's Vince, and this is our update for January 26, 2026. Let's take a quick look at how things went today. We did finish in the green for the most part. The Dow up 170 points, the S&P up 35, while the NASDAQ was up 125, and the Russell finishing lower by just 8 points. Now, as has been the norm recently, the real story's in the metals. I mean, before we get that crude oil down just 39 cents, but look at gold. Now, we did have gold up over 100 points earlier, and it reversed and is currently up 14. We also had silver up huge. It was almost at 118 earlier this afternoon, and it is now 102. So a big time reversal here, which is not much of a surprise. I mean, we knew that that we could get a reversal at any point, but the move earlier this morning was surprising in and of itself. Just how strong it was. I mean, it's been strong for a while. And there have been a few big moves along the way, but this was kind of crazy. Look at the volume here today. So very interesting move with the metals today. Just a rip higher earlier and now a reversal of that move, but it still looks really good here. Bond yields lower across the board. The dollar finishing lower here. And, follow through on that close below that trend line drawn across these lows. Have a look at it on the monthly. There we go. And so that's something to continue to keep an eye on here for the dollar. Now, later this week, we do get the Fed's announcement on interest rates. So that could certainly affect the dollar. I mean, it is widely expected that the Fed keep rates where they are. They are not expected to make a move at this month's meeting, but you never know. You never know. And if there is, it could certainly move the markets and the dollar. Today we had durable goods. Tomorrow we get the ADP employment change, weekly employment change. And then, of course, Wednesday, we get that decision on interest rates, and then initial jobless claims on Thursday, PPI on Friday. We also have earnings season continuing with some big names coming up as early tomorrow. UPS kicks off early in the morning. As far as the Bitcoin and Ethereum markets, up slightly here, up 1,300 on Ethereum, up 97, up 1,200 or 1,300 on Bitcoin. And Ethereum also moving up about 98 points right now. A few charts I'd like to share with you here. There we go. We've got Cisco to the long side. We also have a couple to the short side and a couple just, either setting up but having earnings a little too close or about to break out. Let's go through these charts. I'm going to start with the ones that are not shaded here. Let's look at Google, or otherwise known as Alphabet. We do have a very nice setup here. We have a couple of reentries very close to each other. We've got slope on the 20 here. We've got the higher time frames aligned. We are basically at all-time high, so no resistance overhead. It looks really, really good, right? The only hiccup is that earnings are just 9 days away. So it's playable, certainly, but, on a tight timeline here. I never like to hold through earnings unless I'm already in a profit and that sort of thing. It's just too risky. It's a coin toss, and, we can see a gap either way. So this looks really good. We just don't have a lot of time before earnings. That's all. And then we have CSX here, which also looks good to me. Now, at first glance, a little choppy, a little messy, but have a look at this level here, right around 37. When we continue to get up there, try to break through and then get sold off. And it's been happening over and over again. The difference is if you have a look at these highs and you have a look at these lows, we have higher lows here. So this is a very nice ascending triangle, right? This looks really good, and it's just on the cusp of a breakout. If we look here on the weekly, again, it looks messy, right? But look at where we are in price and look at all the activity below it compared to what's overhead. Barely nothing overhead. So here we are. If we can break through there, we're obviously head into all-time high territory, and it's been a fairly lengthy period of consolidation here. So I really like CSX here, but I do want to wait. And the other thing is we had this buy signal on Friday. It's just that we closed near the low of the day. We did take that out today, but look at where we are, just below that high. So it's still very playable, but what I prefer myself is to wait for a close outside here and then follow through. The other one is Chewy, CHWY, and this is similar but to the short side. So we've gone through a fairly lengthy consolidation, and now we're about to break lows here. And if you look at this on the weekly, we had a re-entry to the downside last week, and we followed through. We've taken out that low, and we're also below this level here where there was considerable support. Now we broke that, which means it turns into resistance. So we've got room to move. If we look at it on the monthly, we're already below the 20 on the monthly as well. So we could be going down to the all-time low near 15, currently at 31.5. There's plenty of room to play that. Now, to the long side, we've got Cisco. And I like this. Even though we have a negative slope on the 20, what we do have is now higher lows and higher highs. But more importantly, we've got a signal here where the higher time frames are in line that closed above a prior high already. So, and not a lot of overhead resistance either. So we also have a reentry. And I know it's the first day of the week and could go away, but so far we've got a reentry on the weekly. And this was just a very nice orderly retracement right back to the 20 and right back to a prior high. Beautiful bounce, textbook. So I like this a lot. We had this lengthy consolidation. We broke out, retested it. We're continuing to move up, and we are not done yet. If you measure this, we've still got room to go. So I really like Cisco here. And more importantly, earnings are 23 days away. So we have a bit more time there than we do on Google. Now, couple to the short side, DUOL, Duolingo. We gapped down last earnings. Last time we had earnings reported here, we gapped down and then we kind of went sideways. We didn't really follow through much. We just hugged support, and now we broke down. And now this is the first retracement and retest after that initial break, and we get a re-entry. If we look at the weekly, we've been dropping for a while, and again, we hold up at support, and now we break it. And you look at the monthly, and we got a pretty clear path to the lows near 64. We are still at 151.5, so lots of potential downside there. And that takes me to my favorite one here to the downside, TTD, the trade desk. Here we are again. We come down sharply. We meet up with a level of support. We kind of grind it sideways, and now we break down. We come back to retest that level, and we get rejected right there and break that low. So on heavy volume. If we look at the weekly, there it is. And you can see not a whole lot below, and you can see it even clearer on the monthly. There it is. We've talked about this one before. We could be headed all the way down to single digits. We're still just under 34. Lots of potential room to the downside there. So there you have it. A few ideas, a few symbols that I'm keeping an eye on. Just a reminder, These are not recommendations. It's just a few charts I'm looking at that meet the strategy that I trade with, which is Victory 2 here. Victory 3 will be announced very, very soon. Now, we will have another live market chat Wednesday morning, and I'll be back with another video tomorrow after the market closes. Until then, enjoy your evening, and we'll see you on our next update. Take care.